So I thought I'd give you a little ant update. I've been thinking a lot about this jar, and I think that right now this jar isn't the best option straight away. A few things. It's going to be difficult for me to get the ants in there for a start without just dropping the test tube in and hoping that they'd leave it and all that kind of thing. So I bought this little plastic tub here, which has got a sealed lid. I'm going to poke some holes in the top, some very tiny holes obviously, and I'm going to take some soil and stuff out of here, put in there temporarily to at least get the ants used to this kind of soil and all that. And I think that the plastic will be more manageable right now than the glass. A few reasons also is that I can drill into the side of this plastic and use plastic hose out the sides. I can't really drill into the glass as easy as I can this plastic. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to set up a temporary, maybe just fill it up about that far, a temporary home for them. Bear in mind there's only like 10 of them so far, so it's going to be plenty big enough for them, but that's going to be their home for a little while. Now, when I take the lid off, I know that you're going to say, well, what's going to stop the ants from escaping? I already know the answer to this, and I'm sure some of you do. What you can do is, you can use a few methods around this rim here to stop the ants being able to climb up. Now, one of the methods is a mixture of rubbing alcohol and baby powder, and you dab that on, and then when the rubbing alcohol dries, it leaves a layer of baby powder all around there, and the ants cannot climb over that. So that basically stops the ants getting onto the lid, stops the ants climbing out, so I can take the lid off. I can even leave the lid off completely all the time, and leave it like this, and the ants just physically cannot get out of it. However, I don't have any rubbing alcohol, and I do probably have baby powder somewhere. But another method is that I've just bought some Vaseline, and you can rub Vaseline all the way around the outside. I'm probably going to go 2 inches down, just to be on the safe side. A layer of Vaseline all around the outside. The ants can't climb up Vaseline, and that will solve it. Now, again, I could just leave the lid off then at that point and just have it open, but I'm still not going to do that. I'm still going to put a lid on, and I'm going to cover this lid also in Vaseline so that if I do come to feed the ants, I can take the lid off and there's going to be no problem with ants getting out. That's the thing. Like most people in the comments of the last video said, well, what you know about them escaping. There are methods that people use, that ant keepers use. I'm not an expert on ants, by the way. I just watch a lot of YouTube channels about ants, so I'm just going off what they're saying. So hopefully that will work. Anyway, I'm going to take some stuff out of this now. I'm going to destroy that little thing that I made and try and set it up in here. And then I'm going to put the ants in today. So as you can see, I put a couple of inches in there. I think it'll do for now. I'm going to put this moss stuff back in, just to give somewhere to hide out. I'm trying to make it as anti as possible. Can't really show you much in there. Put the camera there, see how that goes. Okay, so that is how it's going to be. This is temporary, don't forget. This is just for the time being. So now I'm going to crack on with the Vaseline thing. So I bought some Vaseline. I hope this works. I mean, the beauty is I'm still putting the lid on, so it's still, you know, I've still got a fail safe if need be. But anyway, I'm just trying to put a thin layer on. The ants can't walk on it, you see, so they don't try. Put that all the way around. Yeah. And there you go, you see. That is a layer of an inch or so all the way around. Now, the beauty of this also is that I'll still be able to see the ants inside. It's not as clear as I would have liked it to be, but again, I'm going to keep saying it, but it's a temporary idea. Now I'm going to get the lid and I'm going to smother Vaseline all over the lid, all around the edge here. And again, this is just an extra precaution. People don't normally go to these lengths, but I just figured, given that these are fire ants, I don't want to take any risks at all with it. So, Vaseline all over that mother bitch. And even in that seal as well, I'm probably going to get some in there. Even around the edge. Just in case a bad thing happened. There you go. So, lid will be on. It's a bit slippy now, and I'm going to have to clean my hands. Now, I can't find my sewing kit, which is a bit annoying, but I'm going to heat up a needle and just bob a load of holes in the top there so there is still oxygen able to go in for the ants. Alright, so what I have found is this. So I'm going to try and just heat it up a little bit. Not too much. Bob a hole in the top. Bob. In fact, I probably don't even need that. No, it goes in anyway. Ah, fuck it. It does go in better when it's hot, to be fair. Ah! Well, it was inevitable that plastic would melt, isn't it? That was pretty much guaranteed to happen. Oh dear, Liam, what are you doing with your life? So my battery went on my camera, so I've had to start this again, which is, well, not start again, but I've had to start the camera again. Anyway, so here we have. I hope you're really enjoying this video, because it's not a van life video, this at all. So anyway, we have a layer of this soil. This is the coconut fur stuff. And then we've got the layer of moss. I might put like a rock in it or something. Maybe something like that. I've ordered a feeding tube as well, which kind of just sits inside, and you put like a fruit smoothie essentially in it. I think I might have got actually in this drawer to show you how you feed the ants. So you have this pipette, and also where the bloody hell is it? I lose everything. This is, everybody's got a drawer like this in their house or in their van or whatever. It's just literally got the weirdest assortment of stuff. Grow your own bonsai tree, incense sticks, survival knives, paracetamol, things to give Calpol to babies, deodorant, scissors, cable ties, ants. But I can't actually find the thing that I'm looking for, which is ideal. Which again always happens in these kinds of drawers. Ah, here we go. Okay, so this is what came with the ants, and that's essentially just like a fruit smoothie, and you just pipette, boop, boop, and put it in there, and then they'll eat it. But also, I was watching a channel last night where on a bigger ant colony, once they've grown a bit, he just put a pot of jelly in there, and they just ate the jelly. So that's going to be what I do, I think. I'll just, it's like a small child's pot of jelly from Morrison's is 50p. So if I use one of them every week or something, it's barely any money really, is it? To keep them going. They pretty much live entirely off sugar and sugary things, so they don't need anything. They do eat insects, however, there's something about insects that the normal workers don't eat the insects. What they do is they take those insects back for the babies and for the queen, and then the queen, I think the queen eats them. The normal workers don't. The normal workers just eat sugar, just on carbs basically. I was learning about that last night actually. So this is it. This is how the kit's going to go. I'm going to put the ants in now. You're probably not going to be able to see them, but I'll do it on camera anyway, just because I know that well, some of you might be interested. The ants are hiding in this drawer also. They are here. Ugh. Just trying to get this a bit, try and get some good angles for you all. What could possibly go wrong? So, might be the light's still the test tube isn't very good for seeing the ants themselves, but in the test tube this is like sugary water. Then there's cotton wool which soaks up the water, so the ants can drink it from this end. Then obviously the ants live there. You can see the queen there as well. And then it's got cotton wool in the end. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this test tube in and take out this end piece here. And then the ants will do their business. I might poke some holes actually in the side so that they've got somewhere to bury. So I'd like make a little tunnel in the soil already, so that the ants can go down into them, and then they might start making a nest there. Oh, I'm kind of nervous, like. All I need to do is take this out, and that's it, okay? That's out. There's no ants on there, I can take that out. So now, that is it. The ants are free to go. You're probably not going to see them moving too much. Can you see that on the camera? No, you can't. Now, what the ants, because the ants don't like daylight and it's light there now, the ants are going to want to get out of the light, and they'll take all the eggs and everything out of there because they don't want the eggs to be exposed in the light, and hopefully that will prompt them to go down this little hole that I've just put there. Again, we'll see about that. Again, you can't see them on camera, can you? If there's anywhere I can no. Putting the light in a different angle or something. Anyway, the ants are introduced now, so I'll give you another update another time. Thanks for joining me on Ants Van Life 2, episode 2. So if you want to help me name the queen, I'm not going to name all the ants because there'll be too many of them to. Oh God, one's come out already. Look, one's come out. He's exploring. Oh, there's 2 out now. Oh, 3 out. They're all coming out. Can you see them? That's exciting. Whee, it's exciting. It's exciting. Anyway, if you want to name, put some comments suggesting names for the queen. The colonies, no point in naming it because there's going to be probably hundreds of them within a few weeks, so there's no point in naming them all. And maybe a name for the colony itself. Let me know in the comments. I appreciate your support in something other than van life. I'm glad that a lot of you have actually really interacted and been really interested in this little side project. Don't worry, it's not going to turn into an ants channel. This is just a lockdown distraction. It is kind of a part of van life because I'm literally confined to the van for the most part during lockdown, so I need some things to entertain me, and this is definitely doing that. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Thanks again. If you've not already subscribed, then subscribe, and hopefully you'll enjoy some of this content. Bye, Felicia.